This is the Lancer Locker Show on KYNT. Now, let's talk some Mount Marty University athletics with the coaches, as well as your host and the voice of Mount Marty University athletics, Tehl Tanner.
Well, another Monday and another edition of the Lancer Locker. I'm Tehl Tanner, ready to give you a whole bunch of Mount Marty University content. Mount Marty University has had a whole lot of athletes competing in a whole lot of different events over this last week. Let's go ahead and go for our weekly recap. Started off with the football program. The Mount Marty football team lost on the road on Saturday to Hastings College. It was a 14-12 halftime score. 45-20 finish. Second half for the Lancers got away from them. We're going to be bringing in the co-offensive coordinator, Josh Lewis, of this Mount Marty football team to talk about that loss and the upcoming game with Midland University that is going to be the home opener for the Lancers. Once again, the Lancers last season, number one in fan attendance. The national champion and pretty much the runner-up in Northwestern were both in the same conference as the Lancers. Mount Marty still led in fan attendance because Yankton is crazy. Yankton is different, and everybody loves football here. And we're expecting a pretty big crowd on Saturday. I'm pretty excited for it. We're going to have coverage of it on KYNT and KYNT-V. Steve Toom and I will be there covering the game if you can't make it in person, but it's looking like it's going to be a pretty great day. Weather-wise, game-wise, everything. Keep it rolling with some more university athletics. The Mount Marty cross country programs competed at the Herb Blakely Invite over the weekend. The Lancer men finished their 8K, which is 4.97 miles, with a team score of 4th place. The Lancers were led by Brian Santiago with a 6th place finish and a time of 27:57. The Lancer women did not have a team score in their 5K, which is about 3.1 miles, but the highest individual placing went to Kaya Trainer. Kaya finished in 14th place with a time of 22:11. Next for both teams is the Briar Cliff Invite on October 1st. The Lancer volleyball team lost to Hastings College in 4 sets on Saturday. The Lancers are now 5-4 on the season and 1-1 in GPAC play after they got a win over a team receiving votes in the top 25 to start conference play. Mount Marty is going to be traveling to York College tomorrow for a non-conference matchup at 6 p.m., then return home for a Wednesday evening matchup with the College of St. Mary at 7:30 p.m. in the Simple Arena. We've got coverage of that Wednesday evening game on KYNT. We're also going to bring in Coach Belen Albertos into the Lancer Locker. She's going to finish up the show being here after Coach Lewis. And last but certainly not least, Mount Marty men's golf began the Siouxland Invitational today. It's a 2-day contest teed off in Sioux Center, Iowa today, and it's going to conclude in Orange City, Iowa tomorrow. This is KYNT, the Lancer Locker. I'm Tehl Tanner. We've got Belen Albertos coming in a little later, and Coach Josh Lewis of the Mount Marty football program coming up next.
We were founded on innovation and a passion to help our customers. This is Glenn Zupfer at Aztec in Yankton. We also want our employees to thrive and succeed every day. Our core values are more than something we list on a wall. We live them every day. We have openings in a variety of departments, sign-on bonuses up to $2,000, immediate benefits like retirement savings, paid holidays, bonus earnings, tuition reimbursement, and more. Build your career with a group that's built to connect from rock to road. Stop by for a walk-in interview or click on careers at aztecindustries.com.
A radio commercial for hearing loss is tricky. You see, there are 2 scenarios. Either it's you or it could be the loved one you're with. Here's how to find out. If the radio is deafeningly loud right now, it's probably not you. If it's not deafeningly loud, look over at your loved one wearing earplugs. Maybe it's time to visit the hearing experts, Avera Medical Group Audiology Yankton. Doctors Matt Rumsey and Kendra Bailey can get you back to never missing a beat during a conversation. They offer the latest technology and free 2-week test drives. Call 605-655-1220.
Mount Marty Lancer Athletics on KYNT and KYN-TV, courtesy of Shinerbach. Brewed with rich roasted barley malt and German specialty hops, this lightly hopped American-style dark lager always goes down easy. This football season or any season, tip back a Bach. Paired perfectly with tailgating, porch sitting, washer tossing, dog petting, and literally anything. Shinerbach, available year-round at your favorite place to buy beer.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC.
At Explorers Credit Union, we have retro, aka super low credit card rates, and a card that offers big rewards. Why not have your credit card with a local lender right here in your community, along with the benefits you expect, like no annual fee, 2% cash back every time you swipe, and pay the same low rate for balance transfers and cash advances. Explore the best credit card in town and apply today at explorerscu.com.
Support a local business that supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts for Yankton's largest employers, Triple Time Rudy's. At Triple Time Rudy's, you get that local friendly feel and also a unique offering of products. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers, plus quality fuel products too. Conveniently located at 17th and Broadway for your daily fill-ups and convenience needs. Pull in to Triple Time Rudy's today.
I've never been Nick sick, but my little sister has. She was vaping with friends. She thought it was cool because I did it. That hit me pretty hard. Did some checking, found out that nicotine in vape is really dangerous, especially for younger kids. You get a buzz, but when the nicotine wears off, your brain, it craves more. It permanently affects learning, focus, and mood. Nicotine addiction is no joke.
If you need help quitting vape, call the South Dakota Quit line at 1-866-SD-QUITS.
Back on the Lancer Locker, let's go ahead and start this show with the co-offensive coordinator for the Mount Marty Lancers, Coach Josh Lewis. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. How many energy drinks have you had today? We're going to talk about this for a second.
just one. I transitioned to Spark, which is like I think more of a healthier choice. So it's just a powder you can add to water, and it's a little bit better, I think, for my body, so we're rolling with those.
Every time I see this man, I have to ask him about them, because last year he was drinking Celsius energy drinks, I believe, and he'd pound 2 or 3 of them daily. Yeah. That was daily. He'd just chug a couple of them to get through the day.
Absolutely.
But now you're going healthier. Is that
I think it's the smart thing to do, and so I don't crash in the middle of the afternoon, and more water is better. So
that's a good idea. More water is better. So it's like a pouch that you put water in.
Yep. So it comes like a container, like imagine like protein. But it's like a little smaller container, and you just add the flavor that you want to the water and use a little bit of boost, and it's better that way. So
first thing I said to this man when he walked in was something wrong that, and he said, "Yeah, I just chugged one." So he's wired. He's ready to go. We got some caffeine in our guest today. Let's talk about Mount Marty football.
Yes, sir.
Started off 1-1 on the season. Got that first win in program history with a new tradition in the Catholic Cup. Then started conference play. Went to Hastings University over the weekend. Ended up a second half that kind of got away from the Lancers 45-20 final. Let's start it off by talking about that game. Very beginning, opening drive for Midland. Force a fumble right away. You have some momentum, and you go down and score. Started off 6-0. What are you thinking at that point?
I felt like we were going to keep rolling with it. So, like that's our opening drive. We kind of got stuttered out down there, going for it on fourth down. Didn't quite get it. Usually opening drives, if you can still flip the field down there, it's still a victory in a way, because you can see how they're aligning to certain things. What are they doing on the back end? How are they treating our players? And so still getting all the way down in that part of the field is still a victory on the opening drive, at least how I view it. Now, obviously, you always want points, but you can win the field position battle that way. And then lo and behold, literally the next play, a turnover happens, and you're already in the red zone goal line, and then we're able to punch it in. So once that happened, I thought we were just going to take off and roll with it a little bit. We had all the momentum. The defense came out the next couple drives and just stuffed them as well, and we got the ball back. So it kind of went the way, we want to start fast. That's how we started presentation. We want to start fast and capitalize early and get the momentum going, and it kind of felt that way at the beginning of Hastings. And then obviously it kind of went a little bit different as the game continued.
Let's talk about that. Toward the end of the second quarter, y'all put together a drive that was really textbook. It was very, very good. All the way down the field you drove in about 6 minutes, I believe the total of the drive was. Right at the end of the second quarter, you leave only 38 seconds left on the clock as you score to go up 12-7 and retake the lead. Then a kickoff returned back to your own at 25. Walk me through that special teams play and what happened next.
So yeah, that touchdown drive was awesome. I mean, that's kind of our identity of football right there. We like to run the ball down there and take what the defense gives us, and that was a really good job by Ken on that drive of doing that. Big fourth down conversion on the play action pass, gets down the 1 yard line and scored. And so, again, in that moment, once you take the lead, again, it kind of felt like, all right, like we're gonna get rolling here, like go into halftime with a lead, and get a couple things worked out, but. Special teams is 1/3 of the game, and it definitely had a big impact overall in the game Saturday. And so number 11 for them, we noticed him on film, extremely fast, extremely talented, and he got the ball in his hands and definitely made a big play. And so special teams just like that, one play, we had the lead, but literally by the next play, it feels like they had the momentum again, and then they end up scoring right before halftime. And so the score still says 14-12, which is, not a big deal. But the momentum, the way that feels going into the locker room is a lot bigger than what the point spread was. So that hurt, to be honest with you. That hurt a lot. And you could tell it with our guys in their faces, like they didn't expect that to happen. But it's also a really good learning moment for our guys to understand, like even in practice, like when we're repping special teams, it's not like a joke around time or, like whatever you thought was the focus you thought you were giving. Now it needs to be even more, because obviously we have to take that part more serious. So.
One of the things Coach Micheletti said at post-game is that a play like that can help humble some players, able to kind of bring back in themselves and realize, we can make mistakes. Let's go correct them now. How do you address that in practice this week?
One of our big pillars is how do you handle adversity, and we want to be the team that handles adversity the best. And so kind of like how Coach Mick said that, being humble and reminding yourself of that is really good. That's a good way to phrase that, because even in that moment that we have the lead again, like we're not going to look back type thing. Well, you have to play the next play, or you can view it's a 4-quarter game. Like just because one play happens doesn't mean the game's just over. And so making our guys learn from that, I think, especially in practice, again, it's just the discipline and the focus of that. And again, going back to one of our pillars of handling adversity is when something bad like that happens, it's a play. But the same thing that they did, like they gave up a touchdown, they wiped it next play, big special teams play. Well, we need to wipe the big special teams play and defense go out and get a big stop. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just like momentum and stuff like that for our guys to learn, like it can't carry over. Like good things and bad things will happen in a game. It's football. You know what I mean? Like it'll always happen. So it's just wiping the last play and moving on to the next, and just playing with that is what we need to do.
Let's wrap up Hastings' move to Midland with taking a look at some of the film from Saturday. What do you take from the film on the technical side of things as you go into Midland this week? Some of the good, the bad, and what you're going to be working on.
Yeah, so offensively, I felt, when I met with the guys yesterday in our meetings on Sunday, it was kind of felt like a question mark. Is like, were they stopping us? Was it stuff that we were doing to ourselves? And we just kind of sat there and watched the whole thing kind of buzz through. And I asked our guys, I was like, do you feel like they did anything to stop us, or like the drives that got us behind the sticks, we did it to ourselves? And they all agreed, like it was all self-inflicted. Now Hastings had a good game plan. We could not get behind them. Jonah was definitely a deep ball threat for us after the first game, and they did a really good job of, to be honest, sometimes they had 3 guys running with them. And so like they definitely did not want to get beat deep. So they had a good game plan of what they did, and so learning to take what the defense gives us is kind of the technical thing, getting across with the quarterback room of, yes, we want to take big shots and stuff, but when they're not there, we don't have to force that. And so it's definitely a lot of stuff to where we can fix it. It's things that we can control, of what we reviewed yesterday with our guys. And they totally got it. Like obviously nobody likes to lose, but nobody's like super down in the dumps about it. It's a little bit different when you're watching the film and you're like, man, they just flat out were better than us. Or like we did everything we could and then nothing was working. Like things were working, and then we kind of tended to get a little greedy in certain spots or just not take what the defense gives us, and that's our MO. And I think it's a good learning moment for us offensively, is like if you get behind the sticks, like 2nd and 20, there's not a lot of plays for that, and the drive's just over. So like learning those types of things is big for us from that game on Saturday.
Let's go to this week's game with Midland University. Midland coming to town on Saturday, 3-0 on the season, and you get your first home game.
Yeah.
Your first 2 biggest road trips out of the way. Now you return home. Crane Youngworth Field, #1 in the GPAC last year in fan attendance. You excited for Saturday?
Yes, I'm fine. I can't wait to play at home, honestly. These first 2 weeks have been a little long, and then you have a bye week in there with a ton of practice. But we got to scrimmage Dakota State in that stadium, and then we haven't been back over there since. So it's time to get back playing at home. Very excited.
One of the things that certainly helps in home versus away is your players get to have a bit of a routine on game day, and the days leading up to it. It's a little more normal. Walk me through the game day routine of the Lancers.
Yeah, so we'll especially this past couple weeks been a little different, like we said, being on the road. But home games, we'll make sure they're fed. We get up. We'll do position meetings or unit meetings to make sure number one, everyone's awake and ready to go because we'll play at 1:00, and then review some stuff on film in the classroom, really making sure they're up, and if they need something, we'll to handle it equipment-wise, all that good stuff. And then they transition to a curfew time over there to the locker room to make sure everyone's there for attendance. And then really, once everyone's over there checked in, they got to get taped and all that good stuff with our training staff. It's more or less a time for them to get focused, and then we have our warm-up sheet to tell them when they're going out to pregame and all that stuff, and rock and roll from there. So it sounds a lot simpler than, hey, we got to get on the bus here, we got to load this stuff here, we got an overnight trip here, got to wake up here, we got to make the foods catered here. So going on the road's good because it's all about there's no distraction, it's just us, but at the same time there's different factors that come into that, to where when you're playing at home, yes, are there more distractions? Sure, but they're usually good. You know what I mean? It's the type that want to make you play hard for your guys, for your home, all that good stuff. And so when you break it down like that, of the routine of what the kids actually have to do, I mean, what I just said, you wake up, you meet, you eat, get to the stadium, get focused, and that's it. And that's all they got to worry about, and then just go play a game. So I'm excited for it, and I think our guys will really like that routine a lot.
September 17th, this Saturday, Midland coming to town at 1 p.m. Lancers are 1-1. They open their home game, their first home game of the season. Thank you for coming to talk to me today, Josh.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
This is the Lancer Locker on KYNT. Take a break, come back, speak to the head coach of the Mount Marty volleyball program, Belen Albertos, in the booth coming up.
Heartland Humane Society needs your help finding forever homes for over 750 pets in 2022. Pets in the shelter's care are fully vaccinated, microchipped, and always great with people. You can help by volunteering to walk a dog or cuddle a cat, by fostering a pet for just the weekend or long term, by making a donation to cover an animal's care, or by choosing adoption in 2022. To learn more, visit heartlandhumanesociety.net.
Summer and refreshing cool iced tea just go together. For a twisted version of this classic pair, try Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. This adult version of iced tea is made from real brewed tea and natural flavors, and is refreshing, smooth, and available in a party pack too. It includes half and half, peach, raspberry, and original flavors. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea, the perfect companion to a day in the sun. There's a flavor for everyone. Try some today.
Bring the crew to Pizza Ranch in Yankton. This is Annie, and we have legendary pizza and chicken just waiting for you on our buffet. Let us know what you're craving, and we'll make it fresh and bring you the first slice. Or let us deliver right to your front door. Your locally owned Yankton Pizza Ranch on Broadway, 665-1222.
It's where life tastes better. Surround them up and head her down to the Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good.
With grain carts getting bigger and better every year, don't you think it's time to outfit them accordingly? Sherco's 4500 Series HD electric tarp works seamlessly with existing Sherlock tarps. The heavy-duty extruded arms are the strongest on the market and come with a lifetime warranty. Operating is easy and convenient with one of our smart remote options that let you open and close your tarp with the push of a button. Call to order yours today at 1-800-474-8756. When you need to be sure, make it Sherco.
What's special about Slumberland is ours is a free service. They get to come into our store. It helps the customer understand how the space is going to work so that they don't feel nervous about their purchase. If you live locally, you can set up an appointment with one of our sales representatives where we can come into your home and help you understand if you want to go shopping in your own home and bring some different pieces in to help them work with maybe the new piece you're looking for.
Free interior design service at Yankton Slumberland, located at 2401 Broadway Avenue.
Beef, pork, seafood, poultry, and more. All at the Meat Lodge in Yankton. Get top quality meats at great prices. They have specialty items like lamb, brisket, mahi-mahi, crab legs, and lobster. They even have non-meat options like Dimmick cheese, pickled items, seasonings, and sauces. For your convenience, you can call and order curbside pickup or order online at meatlodge.com. The Meat Lodge in Yankton, on the way to the lake on Highway 52.
Buying or selling your home is one of the biggest decisions you may make in your lifetime. I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I'm ready to help guide you with professional advice from before the listing until after the close. Not only will you get real estate knowledge, but also we provide moving boxes and an enclosed courtesy trailer to help make the move just a little easier. Call me today at 664-5555.
Bucks and Gazelles fall sports are in full swing. Unfortunately, with them may come injury. The Yankton Medical Clinic provides patients with the latest technologies and procedures in orthopedic care. Orthopedic surgeons, Dr. Brent Adams and Dr. Jeremy Kudera, specialize in athletic injuries, including fractures and sprains, shoulder, ankle, and knee injuries, and more. They'll have your favorite athlete back in the game in no time, offering the highest level of care right here at home. Call the Yankton Medical Clinic today. So much care, so close to home.
Back on the Lancer Locker, a big thank you to Coach Josh Lewis for coming in and talking Mount Marty football with me. Once again, that football game will be Saturday, 1 p.m., Midland coming to town, the home opener. Let's turn our attention to the volleyball program at Mount Marty University. Now, volleyball on the year, 5-4 overall, 1-1 in conference. Got the head coach sitting here with me now, Belen Albertos. How you doing today?
Hi, how are you? I'm doing good. We have a big week coming this week. We have 3 games in 4 days, so it's going to be a long week for sure, but we are really, really excited to get back in the court for sure.
Couple of big weeks in a row. Last week, you start conference play. You started off with a 4-set win over a team receiving votes in the top 25 poll. That's Doane. And then you end up having Hastings on Friday, 4-set loss, a little bit turnaround there to the Broncos. Now this week, York College tomorrow, College of St. Mary Wednesday, they're number 16 in the poll, and then Midland on Friday evening, the number 2 ranked team in the country. Tell me about this schedule, this upcoming slate. How do you handle that endurance-wise?
Well, then players already know, like every single team that we play this week is a good team. Like you say, 2 of them are ranked in the nation, so like it's not gonna get any easier. So we just need to make sure that we have the players ready. We have our game plan. Starting tomorrow, we are on the road, so we need to be really focused and use this game as practice too for those conference games. So we'll have practice today, but we just need to be ready for every game this week. But they know it's going to be a long week, so we just need to keep working through the week.
And it's not even just this week. It really is just the season in general for conference play. It's the GPAC. There are 7 ranked teams in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. It's been a long time since anybody's ever seen a conference like this. 7 ranked teams in the same conference. Every week you are playing somebody, basically national contenders. What do you look at that as? Do you look at it as opportunity for ways to kind of make some waves in national rankings?
Well, I think you don't really understand until you are actually playing these teams. Like, it's not like just a ranked team. It's a really good ranked team. So, and you don't get a break. Like, every single week, like you say, you're going to play probably a ranked team. So, I agree with you. I think it's a great opportunity for the girls. Like, not everybody gets to play at this level. So, like, we tell them all the time, like, that's how you get better. Like, you don't get better playing teams that are worse than you. You get better playing those teams. And I think the team started, like you say, we won the first conference game. We lost on against Hastings, but the team is competing at that level. So I think it's really important that we keep doing that. And it doesn't matter if it's number 2, it's number 16. You got to go out there and compete against them because, like you say, that's the GPAC and it's not going to change. So we have to get there.
Let's talk about some of your star players this season. Some of the big contributors as well. Started off with the player leading in kills with 105 on the season, a senior transfer, J.D. DeLang. Tell me about this player.
Well, she's been huge for us. Like, she dominates the game, like, or outside, both of them. Like, they've been getting so many kills. They always find a way to score. Like, and it's not like they have a small block in the other side. Like, they normally have a big block in the other side. But we talked to them at the beginning of the season. You are going to have to find a way to score. And I think they're doing an amazing job. I think they try to hit line, cross, like, angle, like, tap the ball. So I think we are counting on them in a lot of the games. And I think they're performing really good.
Yeah, the other one you just alluded to, Gabby Ruth, she's got 90 kills on the season. Gabby Ruth had a pretty good game on Saturday, I believe, a hitting percentage north of 400, which is very good.
Yeah, it was really close to 500. If not, it was over, if I remember right, because I think she has 14 or 15 kills and 1 error. So, like, she's been another great leader on the court. Like I say, like, our outsides are doing an outstanding job right now. Like, they are our leader scorers right now. So, like, we're really, really happy with our outsides. Like, again, they always find a way to score. It doesn't matter who they have in the other side.
I'm even mistaken. It wasn't just north of 400. It was .54. That's insane. That is a very good kill percentage. 14 kills.
Sorry, and especially for an outside. Like, normally you see those numbers with medals, but the outside is always going to get those balls that they are out of system, that they are not the perfect set. So for me, like, having over 500 for an outside is really, really outstanding. Like, I can't even believe how well she was hitting on Saturday.
Tell me about some of your setters. You've got a couple of young players, a couple of really, really talented setters as well. 2 of them that are putting in some work this season. Tell me about them.
Yeah, we do. We are running a 6-2. That wasn't in our plan this year, but we thought that was what it was best for the team. We just started practicing and doing pre-season to see how it works, and we think we are finding our best game when we are running that 6-2. And one of our setters is a freshman, Julia Weber. And I asked her, have you set before during preseason? She said, well, one time when I was a freshman in high school. So, like, it's been a long time. The last time that she was setting, we recruited her as a hitter. But I say this before, she's a player who can do it all, and she's doing an amazing job on the setting position right now.
So what led to that decision to switch from the 5-1 to the 6-2?
I think, like, with the amount of hitters that we have and how talented they are, I think we need to use as many as we can. So having 2 setters and running a 6-2 means that we always have 3 hitters on the net. So I feel like for the team, it makes more sense to always have 3 hitters on the net. And I think it's working really good for us. I think having a bigger block as well on the net is working. So, again, I think, like, for us, the best lineup right now is running a 6-2.
And it's been working so far. It is a 5-4 overall record once again. You got 3 games coming up this week. York College, College of St. Mary, and Midland University. We're running out of time. We got to wrap up the show. But thank you very much for coming in and speaking with me today, Belen.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
A huge thank you to both Coach Lewis and Coach Albertos for coming in and speaking with me today for the Lancer Locker. Go over some of those things going on this week. Once again, Wednesday evening, the College of St. Mary coming to town. GPAC volleyball action in the Simple Arena. We've got coverage on KYNT of that Wednesday night matchup. Number 16 at College of St. Mary versus the Lancers. And then the Mount Marty football program will be hosting Midland University Saturday, 1 p.m. at Crane at Youngworth Field. Home football college action in Yankton once again. My name is Tehl Tanner. This has been the Lancer Locker. We're here every Monday from 5:30 to 6 p.m. You can check us out on our YouTube channel as well. We've got a whole lot more KYNT content coming up, a whole lot with the Yankton Bucks as well this week. Some soccer action coming up as well. This is KYNT 102.1 FM AM 1450. I'm Tehl Tanner. This has been the Lancer Locker. We'll see you next time.